Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the Coding Bootcamp Career Development Channel. I'm your online career coach, Ramon Smith, certified digital career strategist, certified student career coach, and founder and CEO of Node, the network platform where Coding Bootcamp graduates can connect with recruiters and employers to create career opportunities. And I'm continuing my series in these videos with covering the LinkedIn news, the headline stories. So the first story is TikTok phones are selling for $3,000. Wow. So enforcement of the TikTok ban has been delayed for 75 days and access to the platform has been restored. Yet as of Friday, Apple and Google haven't reinstated it to their app stores. This locks out Americans who had earlier deleted the apps. Now, eBay sellers are hoping to cash in and peddling secondhand iPhones with TikTok already installed for thousands of dollars. Very interesting. Actually, a little ingenuity behind that. The next story. Home sales hit 30 years low in 2024. So that's good. So existing home sales hit their lowest point in nearly 30 years in 2024, the National Association of Realtors said on Friday. Total annual purchases slowed at just 4.06 million as the median home price reached a record of 407,500 dollars, and mortgage rates peaked at 7.22%. But there was some recovery in December, with sales rising to 2.2% from the prior month as job and wage growth, um, along with more inventive means. So this is good. Next story. Target joins retreat from DEI. So Target became the latest major company to pull back on its diversity, equity, and inclusion policy on Friday. The retail giant said it will no longer set public DEI goals going forward and will not continue programs that sought to boost Black employees and diverse suppliers. Target's move follows a number of recent diversity rollbacks in both the public and private spheres. In the next story, which I find very interesting, data centers jump. Data center jobs jump in the Southeast. So data center jobs are growing fast in the U.S. and they're led by Arkansas, South Dakota, and Georgia. Axios reports, with Arkansas seeing a 242% increase since 2018. However, the numbers are still small. Arkansas had about 4,300 data center jobs in early 2024, and Georgia had about 25,000. Nationwide, there was roughly 452,000 data center jobs in Q1 2024, making up less than 1% of all. And the next story, who's looking for a new job? American workers ended 2024 with their job confidence at new lows. About half of Americans say they plan to look for a new job this year. And this is according to LinkedIn's latest workforce confidence index survey. And those with certain professions are even more likely to say so. Professionals employed in arts and design are more likely to be job seeking, with those working in military and protection agencies probably not. And let's see what this story is. Consumer sentiment dips. That's interesting. American consumers are growing more worried about unemployment and inflation, according to data from the University of Michigan, which slowed its sentiment index, hitting a 6 month low of 71.1 in January, down from 74 in December. Per the survey, consumers believe costs will climb 3.3% over the next year. Meanwhile, 47% anticipate that unemployment will rise. That's interesting. Next story. Pay penalties deters male teachers. So the number of men teaching in U.S. public schools has dwindled from 1 in 3 in the 1970s and in the 80s to less than 1 in 4 now, based on the latest federal data cited by the Wall Street Journal. It notes that pay is a key factor since male teachers typically make about 65K, one less third than college educated males, 95%. So this so-called teacher pay penalty also affects women as well. Next story: dress shirts returning to offices. So dress shirts may be making a comeback of sorts as more companies expect employees to return to work, per the New York Times. Driven by a trend called office core, dress shirts are attracting renewed interest with more comfortable fabrics like cotton spandex blends. While dress shirts aren't as prevalent as they once were, today's versions are being reimagined in fashion statements. That's interesting. Let's see what the next story is. So Siemens CEO backs growth mindset. So Siemens CEO Roland Bush says a growth mindset is essential, especially as in Korea's progress in technological advances, including AI, accelerate. In conversations with LinkedIn and editor in chief Daniel Roth from the World Economic Forum in Davos, Bush discussed his ongoing work at Siemens, emerging the digital and real worlds, which increasingly involves harnessing AI. So it's definitely about having a growth mindset. I actually agree with that. And finally, holiday spending was good for American Express. So American Express had a good holiday season. The credit card giant reported a 12% jump in profits in the fourth quarter as shoppers treated themselves and their loved ones, thereby besting analysts' expectations. Strong sales also drove an increase in billed businesses and MX cards and other products by 8%. CEO, sorry about this, folks. CEO Stephen Squarey says he expects a full year revenue to increase 8% to 10%. All right, folks, feel free to like this video. Feel free to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.